Hi guys, welcome to Connectra, a platform where we're uniting and uplifting all the businesses of the Jain community. Today at Connectra, we're excited to bring to you CA Pranit Jain, a seasoned chartered accountant with over 8 years of experience in audit, accounting and education. A graduate of HR College and Mumbai University, he now leads as director at FPA EduTech, empowering aspirants with global finance qualifications. Hi Pranit, how are you?
Hi Vidali, I'm good. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming. And to begin with, just tell our viewers something about yourself.
So, as you rightly mentioned, I'm a chartered accountant. I did my graduation from HR College. Post that, I did my masters from Mumbai University. Then I did my US CMA, which is Certified Management Accountant. It's a US qualification. Then I also appeared for CFA, cleared my CFA level 1. And I've been into training and teaching industry. I started my journey as a visiting faculty in the South Bombay colleges like HR, JH. So it was like homecoming back, studying from HR and then studying on the other side and teaching. So yeah, I did that for 4-5 years. And then I joined FPA EduTech. I had a CMA US vertical and integration, college integration vertical at FPA. And it has been around now 8 years in this industry, mentoring more than 30,000 students in accounting and finance domain.
Great. But you started very young.
Yeah, I don't know.
Out of college and then on the other side.
Out of college, then I actually was with my dad. Did my dad's business also for 1 year, but I thought that I don't belong there. And whatever came on my way, teaching was always a passion. Never thought about it as a career. It was always a passion. But then it came along and it happened.
Yeah. You are where you are now.
Yeah, there I
Great. So could you dive into what drew you to the audit field, especially in chemical and hardware sectors?
So while I was doing my articleship, so I'm sure most of us know that while we do CA, we have to do a 3 years of compulsory internship or articleship. In that, I was doing it from a very mid-sized firm. And because it was a mid-sized firm, you get an advantage to do taxation role also and audit role also. Taxation to more or less did not excited me because audit was more into understanding the business and coming from Marwadi, having business in the blood, understanding various businesses, how it works, how it functions, how we manage profitability and everything. That was very exciting. And considering my firm, they majorly had companies of hardware and chemical industry only.
Right.
So I had an exposure then only.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going back to college listening to all these terms. So at what point did you decide to transition from auditing to training and coaching students?
So if I take you long back, I started teaching when I was in my 10th standard. I completed my 10th standard and I had a first batch of 4 students of 7th standard and I was teaching them. And while I completed my CA, I used to take lectures here and there, not very in a formal ecosystem, but yeah, teaching a subject to a friend or a neighbor or a relative. And that's how, it gradually my teaching skills, got sharpened up. But when I was with my dad for the entire year, I realized I don't belong there. And then I started exploring now if I want to tell my dad and my family that, okay, I cannot do the family business, what else? Because I was a chartered accountant and my articleship journey was good, but again, I never thought of joining corporate because there were many reasons where I thought that is not again something that I belong to. So one of my friend, I have never given him credit, so I think this podcast is a very good platform to give him credit. Arpit, he is my like a chuggy buddy. He told me one day that I have one of few connects who are looking for some faculties for college teaching. So then I thought that casually I have nothing on my plate. I have to anyway tell my dad that I don't want to come from tomorrow. So whatever comes to my way, I just grab it and do it. And teaching was always never a problem. And I always was a monitor and a prefect in my school, so controlling class was also never a problem, though I look very young, but my classes are very disciplined. So I grabbed that opportunity, I connected, I gave my demos, and I had to not give even a second demo right now. I have given only just one demo in my life for moving myself, and after that it's only word of mouth and the feedback that has worked for me.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the journey, and then from one subject to 10 subjects, from one college to 5 college, and right now doing here. So Arpit, thank you so much.
Thank you, Arpit, for giving us it. So, looking back, what lessons from your own experience now influence your approach as a coach?
So CA articleship are really tough, to be honest. I don't know how Gen Zs would manage it, but at our times it was really tough. So firstly, no procrastination. If you have to do things, you have to do things on time. And that also implied in my journey while I was teaching, because you cannot take teaching very lightly. Most importantly, because a student's career is somewhere or the other dependent on your role. You play a very important role in that. So if there is a work that has to be done, there is a concept that has to be taught, it has to be done that right way. So no procrastination. Update yourself every day. A teacher is first a student. So I have never gone to my class without preparing myself. And that is how we don't go to audits without reading about the company, without knowing about when was it formed and what it is into. So again, updating yourself every day. Even if I'm teaching that, those same balance sheets for the last 8 years, today also I'll just try and find, is there any new case study that has come up that I can give as an example in my class. So update yourself every day. And third, you don't take things very lightly. I mean, you don't take things for granted. If you have got some opportunity, I am lucky, but still I've never taken things very lightly. That is what my experience has been from my little bit of, corporate ecosystem that I've worked for in 3 years.
This chalta attitude is very common now.
I know it is very common, especially when you are now teaching these young crowd. सर चलता है, सर ठीक है, सर देख लेंगे, ये एटीट्यूड आई वेरी पेट्रिफाइड एंड ये लोग के फ्यूचर कैसे बनेंगे.
So having taught over 30,000 students, what strategies do you employ to make finance education impactful?
See, it's very easy that you make sure that the topic that you are teaching or the topic that you are delivering is something that the student can connect to. You cannot teach in isolation per se. I mean, you cannot teach a concept because there is a concept. You have to connect it with the students. So it is always important to give examples. It is always important that you don't sound like a lecturer but sound like a storyteller. So I've never given any lecture without starting or developing a story around the concept that why we are going to learn today this. So even if I'm telling you that I'm going to start with a basic concept of trial balance, it has to be why that concept. So you have to be a storyteller. That helps a lot to resonate with the students. Students will hear you. Otherwise you just start, open your page, this is there. That work doesn't work. That way of teaching or that methodology doesn't work. And you give example, you connect with the students, and that's how you can sail through. Also, you should know your shit. आजकल के बच्चे will take your case for everything. So if they ask you any data sawal and you are not prepared for it, you are gone. And one time the class takes you for a toss, then it's difficult to face them again. Yeah. So you should know your shit.
Trend has changed. The students bully the teachers.
And I think there is no harm. If the teacher is not equipped enough to teach a particular topic, then he should not be there. So you should know your shit before you go to your lectures.
That's very true. So you're the director at FPA EduTech. Firstly, tell us, what is this FPA all about?
Okay, so this is a FPA EduTech is a 14-year-old organization. It was co-founded by 3 people, Kirtan Shah, Jaishank Gupta and Vishal Dada. So these 3 people co-founded this organization, and the whole purpose of this organization was to give financial literacy to the students. So there is this very beautiful certification called CFP, Certified Financial Planner, and that was our flagship and the first course FPA had launched. It's a US-based certification, but it has its presence in 27 plus countries. And FPA for a good 10 years was solely and only into delivering lectures and training students for this course. Later on, when they understood that these unconventional courses in accounts and finance are picking up, so they started adding bouquet of other courses also. Like we had added ACCA, which is a global CA. We added CMA US, Certified Management Accountant. I take care of that entire thing. Then we added CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst. We are doing Investment Banking Operations Certification. That is from CISI UK. And then we are doing a lot of add-on credit courses into financial planning, into NISM and other things. Now the only intention of this organization is to give students something else except CA and traditional MBA.
Yeah.
And it's a commerce grad. I'm sure you are also a commerce
Yes.
grad. What are the first thing that comes to your mind for career? It is chartered accountancy. See, I'm a chartered accountant, proud chartered accountant, but you have to understand that not everyone can become a chartered accountant. Just because you like the accounts in your 12th standard doesn't mean that you will say through the entire CA journey. So the organization ka aim is to provide other multiple options to the students so that they also can have employability, they can start their business, they can have a qualification which is much easier, much doable for them. So yeah, that is what FPA does. So it's now a 15-16-year-old organization. We have 150 employees, and at every year we train around 3,000 to 4,000 students.
So yeah, exactly. FPA has won many accolades, and how does that translate to real benefit for students?
I don't know if it would be right or appropriate to say that, but at an FPA it is always Saraswati before Lakshmi.
Yeah.
So it's always that when the student is coming here, it becomes the center of our universe. So all efforts first are there to make sure that the student completes his desired course that he has taken with us. So that makes us more, working towards the perfection, more working towards training, and that is where we have a platinum approved provider for ACCA. That is the highest training award that an organization can get. We are the best provider for CFP certification, and we have been there for 15 years as best provider. Our co-founders are awarded 40 under 40 best entrepreneur. If you can search Kirtan Shah, you will understand that he is there on CNBC and Bloomberg like twice a week discussing about finance, stock market and everything. So yeah, so every efforts are done to make sure the student, the end user is benefited. And then if you are doing what you have to do or you are supposed to do, the outcome is always favorable.
Amazing. So what led you to focus on global credentials like CMA, ACCA, CFA, and everything else that you mentioned? What student outcomes have you observed?
See, I will be very honest. My reason for doing CA was because my friend was doing it. I was not even knowing the entire acronym of CA, and it's Chartered Accountant. It was just that one fine day in college, my friend said, he was from Bhiwandi, Mahek J. Again, he's a very good friend of mine. He helped me to become a CA. So he just told that I'm doing CA. I was like, ये होता क्या है? तो he was like, इसमें बहुत लंबे लंबे क्लासेस होंगे, आपके 6 घंटे के क्लास होंगे, फिर 5 साल चला जाएगा. मेरे को 5 साल 6 घंटे के क्लासेस होंगे. That's a good way to escape from my dad's business. All effort for that just to skip my dad's business because my dad is like a traditional Jain Marwari guy. He's into gold and he's a sole proprietor. I have nothing against it, but the thing is that I was not. And like an every Marwadi dad, he told me after 10 that you have to come here. So in my entire 10th vacation, I have taken the taste of that entire thing. And my friend told me that, and मेरे को पढ़ाई से तो कभी problem नहीं था. I can sit today also for 10 hours with my books. I have no issues. So मैं पढ़ाई कभी ना बात से I will skip my dad business. So that is when I went into CA. Luckily, I became CA. So yeah, so CA was my fluke. It was not a conscious call. I just took it because I wanted to escape my dad business. And when I did it in my 5 years of journey, I had a lot of good friends who were left behind because they couldn't clear CA. CA pass percentages are low. And then when you introspect, you realize that they have not taken CA as because they are enjoying or they are going to love the CA journey. They have taken it under peer pressure or lack of awareness and what else they can do. And MBA is shit expensive, so the only affordable course that happens in commerce is CA. And all that will make you stuck in the pipeline. And so I know if you have time, I can just share one story with you. So one of a very good friend, he started his CA journey with us. Unfortunately, I'll not name him, but he's still not CA. Now the struggle with him is that after 3, 4, 5 attempts, you can't just study. You will have to go for a job.
Yeah.
You have to manage job and studies then. Now the problem becomes that while these 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of job or internship that you have done, you have focused only on 2 areas, that is audit and taxation, because a chartered accountant articleship is only these 2 areas. Now, if you are not becoming a CA, you are ending up doing these things only. And if you want to raise your pay or you want to go to next level, what is the qualification that you require? CA. CA बन नहीं रहे हैं, तो 30-35,000 की job पे अटक गए. And if you want to switch to some other domain, you start as a fresher. Then you start as low as 25,000 and there is nothing called half CA. So that scenario like struck me a lot. And then when I got an opportunity to, discuss this thing with my co-founders, we realized that there's a huge gap between what these students, these candidates know and what market has to offer. So there are jobs for these courses like ACCA, CMA, which can be done at convenience, which has no such articleship requirement. They have international global recognition. So it's not just India, but there are other countries also where you can have opportunities. So it's a good, alternative for the people who are just not meant for those typical CA degree. So that was the thing that, okay, everyone deserves to have one qualification and every commerce grad should be, employable. There should nothing be like half CA at least in our country. So that was the major drive that we came up with such courses. And we did not came up. These courses are there in the market. We are just trying to create awareness. And guys, we can do this as well.
So, what are the most common hurdles Indian students face when compared to global examinations?
The very important thing is picking up a qualification or deciding for the one, because Indians have herd mentality. And the very first thing that they go to is that chacha mama kya kahenge. Now every time I counsel a student as that you should do ACCA, they go back, they speak to their chachas or mamas and they're like kya hota hai ACCA. And that completely breaks down their model to even think about choosing this course. So the biggest problem is that courage and that confidence in these courses. Because see, if your chacha mamas are not aware or they don't have that exposure, doesn't mean that the course does not exist and jobs are not there for that course. So the very first and very important thing that we struggle is to convince people that okay, these courses have jobs, these courses are internationally recognized and they can give you equal opportunities like a CA. For example, a lot of Marwari people, unlike me, most of them would like to join their family business, and there's no harm. I think even in my counseling session, I say that I don't boast that I'm not a part of my dad's business. If you are taking it from A level to B level, you are doing a great job. There is no harm or no shame in it. But you need to have certain qualification to take it from next level. Gone those days that you are not competing with the Bajuwala shopkeeper. You are competing with global brands. Like you're competing. If you are a stationery shop, you are competing with all these big D-marts and everything. Yes. So you are into gold. You are competing with Reliance, Jewels, and Tanishq. And also the competition is all global. So you need to have those strategies and how to make your business international, make your business global. So first thing is that convincing them for a qualification like these is a problem. Second important thing is that they are in that mindset of rote learning. And these professional qualifications cannot be accomplished if you have that rata popat wala mentality. You have to understand the concept. Just because I have given you 100 MCQs to solve, you solve it and you expect that these 100 MCQs will come again. ऐसा नहीं होता है. You have to know why behind these concepts. And these are the two major things that we face problem. First, convincing them for the course and then getting out of that herd mentality. Also our colleges. You see how they train our students. These colleges also train that way. They will teach you 5 questions, expect you to come that one of them will repeat in the exam. So they have that mentality. उनको वहाँ से बाहर निकालना, उनको इसमें डालना, it becomes real difficult task.
Oh God. So why do global qualifications matter so much for Indian students?
I think now the market is not just Indian, world is a market. Now you can't think of, okay, I will sell my product only to a person in Mumbai or in Jodhpur. Now you have to make sure that your product is visible and available to everyone who has an inclination to buy your product. And for that you need to understand how different geographies work. How US market work, how China works, how other European countries work. So a global qualification gives you a flavor of that market. And also if you come to personal investing and all those things, that you also don't want to just invest into Indian stock markets. Now there are opportunities in other stock markets also, other global economies also. So all these flavors these global qualifications give you. They give you the mentality. While you study these courses, you have examples and case studies of their market, helping you to understand that what do people of their geographies think before buying a product and all. So it matters a lot. It gives you a different perspective. You can say that why international MBA helps you a lot. It is like that only, that you get a perspective of a different kind
so
only.
it's more preferred also.
Of course, yes.
So how do students typically respond to having more options? Are they excited or just overwhelmed?
As I mentioned earlier, when they hear from us, when I go into a college and giving a seminar that guys, you can also get a job in a big four, you can also work in an MNC, you can also have a starting salary of 7-8 lakhs like a chartered accountant, but you don't have to give that 5 years of your life and all. They are all excited and घर में जाके जब अपने parents को बोलते हैं all puss. ये होता है. Then you have to counsel their parents. Then ये लंबा journey है. All vicious circle.
So what advice would you give students when choosing among your course offerings?
I would also always tell you that I have few ideologies. I don't know if it will make sense to the people or not. First thing is that best कुछ नहीं होता.
Okay.
A lot of people choose CA or they want to do MBA from IIM is because it is the best. And a simple typical term I say best तो वर्दी पे C face बंगलो है. आपका है क्या? मेरा भी नहीं है. So there is nothing called best. Going for the best doesn't matter. It doesn't work. It is you have to make things that work with whatever resources you have. अभी आपकी capability कितनी है? How much hours you can put into these studies. A lot of people are not don't have that luxury that they can only study. They will have to do a job.
Yes.
For example, TY के बाद a middle class person to survive in Mumbai, they might have to directly go for a job. Now, while you are doing job, it is not possible to take a complete hardcore degree. You have to go for short-term certification. Now, that is best for you. So I just first, very simple, tell them that don't go for what is best. Choose what is best for you and it comes under your means. That is my first important thing. Second is that don't go for herd mentality. Because your friend is going for CFA, it doesn't mean that you also have to go for CFA. Your friend might have different likes. He might love finance. You might not even think or love finance at all. So, ऐसे बोलते ना कि साथ में चलते हैं तो लंबा चलते हैं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ये टाइम तक you will restrict yourself because he might grow in his career because he is a finance geek, but you are not. But you have a CFA qualification. Like I'm a CA. I did my CA, but I'm making no good money out of doing CA business. Luckily, things fell into the right places, but it will not work for everyone. So choose what likes you. And I'm sure that this will give you, the best result. I mean, even if it is my school principal is to say that I don't mind if you guys end up becoming a cobbler, but be the best cobbler. So do the best what you do it. So choose what interests you. You don't have to be a geek or you don't have. Sometimes you may not even require qualification if your other skills are too good. Pursue that. So that is my two important ideologies and I push that only through.
So do you also counsel students to select a course?
Yes, we do that. We do psychometric tests. We give them that where can their future being made. So career pathways and everything. We do that. We do those free counseling because if we don't do that, it is impossible for us to even explain it to the students the benefit of these courses. So yeah, we do those free counselings to the students as well as to their parents.
So coming from a typical Malayali family where business is often seen as the default path, how difficult was it for you to choose a profession or for a professor?
My mom had gradually accepted it, but I've seen my dad being in denial for years. Now that, I'm a part of an organization at a director level, at an owner level, so it is a business only now.
Yeah.
You're in a training business. So that way I think he must have accepted it, but it was really difficult to explain your parent that you want to go unconventional. That is the biggest thing. And, it's not easy to convince them because they have not seen anyone growing and flourishing in life apart from doing business. So for them, firstly, because I started as a visiting faculty, it wasn't that कि क्या master जी बन के बैठा after becoming a CA. So एक तो वो thought process उनके वहाँ से निकालना. You have to be determined that ठीक है मैं master जी, but I will be doing this, I will be pursuing this. You have to get that rigidness in you. So it was difficult, and I just hope that now my dad specifically must have accepted me because I'm doing a business and I'm doing good for myself. My friends were always supportive. They always believed in me. I mean, I thought that I'm not a good teacher, but they have always thought that I would be a good teacher. So my friends were the backbone. And there are some one of my sister who was also a strong pillar of my life. She gave me support where it was much needed. She had faith in me. So yeah, that was. You need some people who can have a belief in you. Yeah.
So you tried your hand in the diamond trade. What was the experience like, and what
So-
made you walk away from it?
So while I was with my dad and मुझे वो gold का business समझ नहीं रहा था, my dad thought that I can try diamonds if that is also a good thing. So it would be a forward integration for the business only.
Sure.
So my business का business में रहूँगा and I start my diamond line. I gave it a shot, but again all efforts were futile. नहीं जमा हुआ ही नहीं वो. I gave it a shot. I was into I did all kind of the diamond sorting, identifying whether it's a the real diamond or not and all that. But after 6 months of that, I just literally gave up. That was my breakdown. But I am lucky that I gave up.
Yes, very lucky. So how did your family react when you told them you wanted to become a professor?
Shatter. Everything was like dar 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 dar. आसमान गिर गया हो ऐसे type. That was a huge hue and cry. Of course, I can understand their thought process now. Probably एक ही बच्चा. I am an only child. My dad is an alone child. No circumstances favoring me in that. And my side, मतलब my paternal and my maternal, दोनों comes from a very conventional mindset. So giving them also after becoming a CA, if I would have told her I would want to do a job in a big four or corporate, they would have still accepted it.
Yeah.
But now I just like a man teacher बनना चाहता हूँ, मैं professor बनूंगा and all. It was a very, very devastating thing. So I think for a long period of time, they were not even accepting it, I think. And we did not have an open conversation, but you can feel that. So a lot, but then later when I got this opportunity, I became a partner at FPA. Then they saw how we grew. So after I joined FPA, we were at only one center at Borivali. Now FPA has a center at Thane. FPA has a center at Chandigarh also. Everywhere where the students can connect. We had opened a center at Pune. We have grown to Delhi as well. So the journey of FPA has also grown while I have been part of it. So that is now giving them confidence that okay, now the child is in safe hands and he's doing something really good. So now it is okay, but back then it was, especially when I was.
Strong outside. किधर जाती मैं तो यार पापा इतना ऐसे बात नहीं करते.
नहीं ऑनेस्टली बताओ बहुत ज्यादा ऐसे मुझे लोग बोलते हैं बहुत ज्यादा सेल्फिश हूँ. मुझे मेरी खुशी के अलावा किसी और की खुशी दिखती नहीं है. I will not hurt anyone, but I will not hurt myself for sure. I mean, I will not do something that is not making me happy for sure. I mean, I will not purposely hurt someone else.
Yeah.
But that way I am very adamant that I will not do something that is not making me happy. Because I feel if you are not happy, you cannot make anyone else happy.
Sure.
So that has been my case. I still believe in that and I don't do anything in my professional work also and in my personal life also. I am that adamant that I only pick up things that I am satisfied with. For someone else, be it anyone, for someone else, because उन्होंने तुम्हारे लिए ये किया है, वो क्या है, I agree, I appreciate, but I don't do that. I mean, it is a toxic trait of mine. But it's a toxic trait of mine. A lot of people
Spoken
complain.
for you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess. So did you face any pressure to return to business at any point of time?
I'm very sure I did not get a direct pressure because एक point of time के बाद मैंने थोड़ा भाव देने बंद कर दिया था. But my dad must have that hopes for a long period of time. Until now, there is no going back.
Yeah.
अभी now there is no going back because back then मेरा opportunity cost इतना नहीं था. So मेरा opportunity cost वहाँ का था. But what I am leaving and doing here. But now here my opportunity cost is very big and huge. So now I can't go back and I think they also know it. Not that I have an open conversation, but yeah. Yeah.
So do you think your journey has opened up new perspectives for other young people in your
No, yes, definitely. I've seen my siblings also taking different career paths, coming from business family, but pursuing professional qualification, doing what they like. So yeah, one of my siblings is into digital marketing. One has got a job in Big Four, doing really well. One doing stock market trading, not following the old school textile and gold business. So yeah. You inspire. And when you see a success story, you get that confidence that, okay, you can also sail through. So, yeah, I think I have inspired it well into my, people in my family. And yeah.
आपके पीछे हैं.
No, no. Ideally, I would say you will laugh, but I don't know. This is like boasting your own thing. But सबके मम्मी पापा is always decided उनका बच्चा प्रनीत जैसा हो. So if I have done something, it becomes a certificate for my others that ये कर सकते हैं because Pranit है क्या? It's a pure validation for everyone. In my family also. It
You
is
have
there.
built up by yourself.
I'm-
That's great.
I know ये खुद की मिट्टू क्या बोलते हैं उसको कुछ है praising your own
Totally
ground.
deserve it.
Yeah.
So, if a student from a similar background came to you struggling between family expectations and personal passion, what would you say to them?
Of course, personal passion because that is what my story is. But here I also see people failing it because they won't take that seriously.
Yeah.
You have to give time. I was not minting money or making money within first 5 years, but you have to give it, time. You have to be focused. You have to stay on that path. Like people say, Rome was not built in a day. It will not happen. So what happens is that what I have seen in today's generation is that they want instant gratification. They want instant success. And if they don't get that, they think that this is not their thing. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Even in business, we say that you, for a particular business that you start, a new startup should at least be given 999 days. That is 1,000 days, 3 years of time for that business to understand that this business will work or not. This is your life. If you can't even give that much amount of time, then don't follow your passion. Go to your go to your family. Follow your family expectations. If you are following your passion, firstly, you can't take things lightly. Secondly, don't expect anything from your family. You have to build everything from your scratch. That is what I have done. You can't be saying that मुझे इसमें कोई help नहीं आ रही है, मुझे ये नहीं कर रहे. You choose this for yourself. Now you have to fight that battle. There is no way cribbing for that. I mean, you can't be getting sympathy for not for following your passion and not fulfilling your parents' expectation. No, there is no sympathy for that. You did it for yourself. You have asked for it. You have to deal with it. And तीसरा is that always remember that success जो होता है ना, ये भी मेरा अगेन आइडियोलॉजी है, वो हर बार को सबको सेम टाइम पे नहीं मिलता. किसी को 2 साल में मिलेगा, किसी को 4 साल में मिलेगा, किसी को 5 साल में मिलेगा. एंड दैट इज फाइन. कोई ऊपर से दिखवा के नहीं आया है कि मेरा सक्सेस 3 साल में होना चाहिए. बट जब मिलेगा ना, एंड इफ यू आर गोइंग थ्रू दैट कंसिस्टेंटली, जब मिलेगा ना, इट विल कॉम्पेंसेट फॉर ऑल द पास्ट स्ट्रगल्स दैट यू हैव गॉन थ्रू एंड यू हैव टू हैव फेथ फॉर दैट. आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं ना, दे फॉल फॉर द ट्रैप ऑफ इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन. मैंने आज एक पीपीटी बनाई, मेरे मैनेजर ने मुझे नहीं बताया द वर्क एनवायरनमेंट इज टॉक्सिक, आई वांट टू लीव. ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. दे वांट इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन, व्हिच इज आई थिंक द यंगस्टर्स शुड वर्क ऑन.
So, all these examinations have a lot of pressure and failure involved in them. How do you help students dealing with this competitive?
The pressure and failure is far better than a CA examination. To be very honest, it is far better. CA examination is altogether a different ball game. But yeah, professional exams you will not get anything which is very easy. The questions are always new, always challenging. But the thing is that the beauty of this is that you have to achieve one milestone at a time. So, like when I talk about CML, they have 2 exams. There are only 2 exams. You focus on one exam, clear it, then you focus on second exam. ACCA, we have 13 papers. You clear one subject and then go for second, again go for third. Unlike CA where you have group system, you have to clear all the subjects at a time and have an aggregate. So one thing is better here. You have a much better, much flexible for the students. You can learn everything. You don't have to keep anything in option because you don't have to learn multiple things at a time. You have to learn one thing at a time, appear for it. So there's a detailed learning. What about the failures? That failure होता है because even if you are prepared, there are end moment things like you get panic attacks, you get dragged out, and humans है psychology होता है. What I say, as I told you, that failure is something that you will have to accept it. And at our FPA and at our organization, we do counsel students for failure management.
Okay.
So that is an initiative that we have taken because we understand that it is not easy for this generation to absorb failure shocks.
Yes.
So yeah, we do this failure management counseling. We have a professional counselors counseling them to identify where they went wrong, what better they can do, and that is how our students then it helps them to calm down and then focus on their examinations the next attempt again. So this is our initiative for our students. Usually, training institute don't bother about that, but here we have realized that that is the need of an hour. Especially when you see people succumbing to peer pressure, suicides, getting into depressions and all. These kind of counseling really help them, and it has really helped our students to come back stronger. So
Very
that,
thoughtful of you to start
yeah.
something like that. So lastly, just tell our viewers how and when is the right time for students to connect with you.
Anytime, whenever you think that now you want to make your career, build your journey. As we all know, NPA is offering a lot of courses to students apart from CA. So can you tell us students what to pursue when? Okay, so this is a very tricky question because I cannot generalize it because everyone will have their own likings. But I will give you a gist to what will be more suitable for you. So, for example, someone after 12, if you decided you have an inclination towards audit, taxation, accountancy, then ACCA is a very good option for you. Reason being that ACCA is flexible, one paper at a time. There's no much pressure, and because it's one paper at a time, you have a detailed learning and understanding, and there is no need of articleship also. So within 2.5 years or 3 years max, you get a qualification compared to an Indian CA which takes 4.5 to 5 years. Then if you are into wealth management, stock market, you are into insurance and everything, then CFP comes to your savior because it's a very good course. Someone who wants to manage money or wants to learn how to manage money. See, even if you are, for example, you are running a digital marketing business, and then you need to manage the money that you are earning. So irrespective, everyone should know that thing. So CFP becomes a very good course if you want to get into personal finance. If you want to get into corporate finance, risk advisory, investment banking, CFA is go-to course. Again, it's a gold standard course in finance. Nothing in the world of finance exists that CFA doesn't teach us. Then comes this beautiful course, CMA US. It has two parts. Even if there is accounts also in part 1, there is finance also in part 2. So for a 12th standard student who has not actually known what is actual accounting, what is actual finance, and very much confused what to choose, CMA US is a very good option because there is accounting also, there is finance also. It can be completed in 1 year. And after that, if they want to go ahead in accounts, they can do CPA. If they want to go ahead in finance, they can do CFA US.
The options are
open. So, and because it happens quickly, you can get a job and then you can explore your interest area. That accounting में आगे बढ़ना है कि finance में आगे बढ़ना है. So CMA is a very good course for the people who are confused, who are not very sure accounting में है कि finance में है. And there is also something called IBOC. If you can't even spend a year and a half, 3 years, or you can't spend lakhs of rupees in any courses, investment banking operation certificate. It's a very beautiful course, especially people who are in their PYs and want a quick qualification. 6 months में qualification आता है, UK certification है, and you get easy jobs like guaranteed jobs in investment banking firms in mid office. So a very beautiful course for someone who wants to get into their earning journey like ASAP. So yeah, these are the options. Again, your interest is the main thing. But if you want any kind of career counseling, you can get in touch with us. Reading your circumstances, understanding that your acumen, we can help you choose a career better for you.
Yeah, so how and where, can the students connect to you?
So basically, everyone who has completed their 12th will have to decide what they are going to do next in commerce. That is the right time to choose us. However, because these courses are, short-term courses, it is like better late than never.
Yeah.
You can even have, in your first year, second year, third year, you can approach us. Definitely people who are working. So I see a lot of chartered accountants because they have their own practice. They also extend their practice and start wealth management. And for doing wealth management, they do CFP certification with us. So even if you are working professional, but there is something that you want to upskill yourself, because plain graduation se to kuch nahi hoga. Like a plain graduate, after doing a plain graduation, either you are working at a call center, selling credit card or an insurance policy or blah blah shit. So even if you are working and now you are realizing that chalo kuch kar lete hain, so that you can get a better work profile, managerial roles. Because abhi if you see 10 years down the line, AI will eat all the clerical type of jobs. What jobs which will be left is more of a managerial role, analytical role, people management roles and such. So even if you are a working professional, it's and you think that upskilling is something that you should do to survive in this market, you can also connect with us, because short-term certification hai, you can at least give 1.5 year of your life to for your career, for your long-term sustainability. So yeah, anyone from 12th standard to whatever stage of their career they can connect with us. We are happy to guide them, to help them identify what is their best way forward इन फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंट्स डोमेन. उसके बाद हम आपको कुछ नहीं आता, हमें सिर्फ आता है फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंट्स. सो अगर आप मार्केटिंग वाले हो और ये हो तो हम आपको गाइड नहीं कर पाएंगे. हाँ, फिर आप कनेक्ट्रा के पास जाइए, वो आपको गाइड करेंगे ना.
Thank you so much, man. That was splendid for us. I felt like going back to my college after listening to him. So please watch his podcast. And for more such podcasts, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.